All right, here we go. This is Saturday. It's Tuesday. Saturday, 5 singles with 525 on the high bar squat. Again, still pretty focused with the on the knees, trying to avoid the knee cave as much as possible. Finally addressing this issue after just basically ignoring it for 3 years. You'll see my 3 sets of 5 here from Tuesday at the end of this, and those were actually pretty clean. I was having my squat looked at as I was doing the working sets, so I was actively correcting, and we're, I'd say, 90% past the issue, so can't complain too much. Some of these singles move well. That first one sucked. I don't know if we're at 4 or 5 here. The 5th one wasn't very good, I'm not gonna lie. My stance was a bit too wide. Let's see. I think this was the 5th one. Yeah, I struck my head. No, that was the 4th one. That was the one that I hated. 5th one was pretty tough too. But, yeah. I really don't like doing volume that much on the squat. I miss just like doing my PR sessions, work up, hit a PR, call it a day. But you got to actually put the work in on the squat to make it move anyway. Here's the strict pressing, 10 sets of 2. This is just the last 5 sets. I brought my grip into my normal press grip. I mean, that's for, above all things, it was because I was getting wrist pain with the wider grip. But it's also, it's just going to generally have more carryover. I might drop it down and start doing 2.5 pound jumps instead of 5 pound jumps. This is a 5 pound jump from last week. But I don't know. We'll see going forward. I think this is the last set here, and it moved the easiest. So Sunday, rack pulls 610. This day was frustrating. So I got all 5 of my reps in, but I needed another set because I pull with this grip. And the 3rd one, it moves pretty slow, but I probably could have squeezed out 2 more. I think I failed on grip. I moved it to the opposite mix, and then I failed, it kind of rolled out of my hands. So then I threw on the straps and got 2 reps, and I go for 3, and it just wasn't there. So I think it was the exhaustion and then the grip. So I don't know if I'll make a jump or if I'll repeat in 2 weeks when I do my next rack pull session. We'll see. There's 4 reps with 112.5 on pull-up, and this was Monday's lift, 229.5, 5 sets of 5 on the press. First one is always the most difficult. I feel like the first working set on anything when you're doing sets of 5, and honestly, just straight sets across is always going to be the hardest because you're not completely warm, and then it might arguably be harder than the last rep, or the last set, rather. It depends. Probably your strength level. But anyway, I don't know for how much longer. I don't know what the decision I'm going to make once the 5x5 starts to stall out is going to be. I don't know if I'll drop to 4s or if I'll simply just deload and pick back up and keep it as a 5 sets of 5, or if I'll do 3 sets of 5. I'll probably go 3 sets of 5 first, and then I don't know what I'll do when the 5s run. If I'll just keep it and go to 4s and then 3s, I'll honestly see. It depends where my PR is at that point, because, Friday I'm planning for 5 singles at 275, and then next Friday I am planning to go for the 300. So at that point, it's not like the cycle's over. I'm going to continue, but, regardless, depending on where that number's at is going to make my decision whether I'm going to reload or what I'm going to do. And this is yesterday. 3 sets of 5 with 460. First set here, it felt the hardest, but still. The knee cave, you can tell it's not perfect, but it's a little bit better here. What I did is I narrowed my stance and pointing my toes out more. That's what I was coached to do. And the squat's looking better. Even there, you can tell. And it's not the best angle in the world, but I'm actually grinding, you can see, yeah, I would say that, grinding through heavy squats without my knees caving in, which I thought was, just going to be an inevitability for the rest of my life. And, I'm actually grinding through squats like a normal person, so that's nice. But, yeah, 3 sets of 5 squat fucking sucks, man. I'm not going to lie. They're not fun to go through. Just want to do one working set and be done, but 3 sets of 5 is what got my squat as strong as it is now. My first cycle from back in December into January, so this works. It's just hard. I threw in a full day of eating here at the end. Again, it's better than just a generic car talk about how my training's going. I mean, if there's anything that any of you viewers past the voiceover want to see, let me know. It's a fullish day of eating. I ended up this is the best set, by the way. No knee cave, like virtually none. Anyway, yeah, I ended up taking my girlfriend out on a date for dinner, so I just showed like a normal dinner that I pack to work, and I kind of discuss what dinner typically looks like. But everything else is pretty much what I eat in a day. Slight differences, varies from day to day, but anyway, I'll be back Friday. All right, so instead of a car talk today, I'm gonna do full day eating with the training log. So it's a bit out of order from my normal day because I'm not working today. So this is normally my post-workout meal, but today I'll have it first. So it's gonna be 5 eggs and then some sort of carb. Normally after I work out, it's this and 2 bagels, but today, since I'm off work, roll with a pancake. Shit. Or as Buck Tow Truck calls it, a man cake. And it's just one big ass pancake. Diet's relatively high carb, low fat. The eggs are probably the fattiest thing that I'm going to eat the entire day, especially because it's going to get cooked with butter. So this is the fattiest thing I'm going to eat. Everything else is going to be high in protein, high in carbs, low in fats. Also, because I just woke up, you got to drink some water. Every full day eating, the guy that makes it inevitably tells you that he gets super dehydrated at night and has to drink a lot of water. Well, yeah, no fucking shit. Nothing breakthrough there. I don't even know what the point of including that is. And then after that, take the subs, so multivitamin, fish oil, that'll be meal 1. Alright, so it did occur to me, I should probably show the pancake off. Man cake, that's what you want to call it. It's this is just the pancake mix, a little bit of cinnamon and some milk. And this is actually a bad looking pancake. I used way too much milk, so it's all, flat, and it shouldn't look like that. And I will use a little bit of maple syrup there, not too much, but yeah, I don't use an egg or anything. I totally stole this recipe from Buck Tow Trucks, but yeah, just wanted to kind of clarify that. I don't follow the instructions. It's just milk, mix, a little cinnamon. I won't use too much of this guy, just enough to add a bit of flavor. My younger years I probably would have, used about half of that on this, but not gonna do that today. And this isn't, like I said, it's not an everyday thing. It's like a once or twice a week type of deal when I'm off work. All right, so I got meal number 2 here. It's gonna be half of this Chobani Greek flavored, or Greek yogurt, strawberry blended yogurt. I don't think you can get flavored yogurts that are full fat for what it's worth, but there's 0 fats in this. I'm gonna eat half of this, so 2.5 servings, so 325 calories. Yeah, 32 grams of protein, yeah, 32 grams of protein. Yeah, this is normally a later in the day snack for me. This is what I would eat on one of my breaks at work, but we're a bit turned around today. Anyway, yeah, decent example of, you know, most of my meals here, pretty low in fat, high in carbs, high in proteins, snacks, same general thing. So half of this. All right, we got the pre-workout meal here now. So 2 slices of sourdough bread, toasted, and then I got a little fruit spread, natural fruit spread here on them. Ran out, so there's not even that much on them. But good thing about this stuff is it's like the cheapest brand I can find that doesn't have like bullshit in it, because most of them will have, you know, like it says high fructose corn syrup, even Welch's. So, you know, that's pretty good. You're not going to find much better than that with those ingredients. Here I've got some milk, 2%, 2 scoops of whey, just double rich chocolate, and then some Walmart brand creatine, which who knows if this is actually creatine. I've been using it for a while though. It's the cheapest you can get. It's probably real. So this is just normally what I'll do pre-workout is carbs, protein shake. It used to just be protein shake banana. Now I added the carbs in. For a while I was doing vanilla protein, and then I put it on like a cereal, usually mini wheats. So it was like, I don't know, I kind of stole that from Storage Strength, actually. He told me he did rice checks and vanilla protein powder. I did mini wheats and vanilla protein powder, but then I just got sick of vanilla protein powder, so I'm doing toast. Always the banana. If I was like absolutely smashed for time, I would do maybe a banana, 2 bananas in a protein shake, even just 2 bananas. I don't work out without a banana first. Potassium, you won't get cramps, so that's good. And then a little pre-workout here is some coffee. I'll probably have a caffeine pill too, because I got to drive to where I'm training, so some of this is going to be worn off at that point. It's also a squat day, which tends to be pretty tiring. And I just bought this yesterday. This is the kind of coffee we're using. Death Wish chocolate hazelnut. Never tried it before. I'll see how it is. But yes, this is the pre-training meal, and it's going to be a couple hours until I get my next meal in.
Okay, so I'm on my way home. I'm going to be taking the missus out to dinner tonight. So I don't really care to include that in the video. That's not typical for me. It's like a once, maybe twice a month thing for me to eat out. So there's really not much point of me including that, because it's not a typical day eating. So on the days where I work, normally my meal prep is I make Stan Efferding's Monster Mash. I have my own spin on it, but what it normally is I'll do a cup of dry rice, so whatever that comes out to cooked. I'll have 2 days on work now before my next day off. So I'll make 2 cups of 2 cups dry rice, and I'll cut it in half. So whatever that comes out to as cooked wet rice, jasmine rice. And then I'll use anywhere between 8 and 10 ounces of ground beef. I don't really care to weigh it out. So if I go to the store and I buy like 1.2 pounds or 1.3 pounds of ground beef, I basically just cut it in half. In the past, if I'm buying in bulk and I can get like an even like 3 pounds or 4 pounds or 5 pounds, then yeah, I'll just break it off into half pounds, so 8 ounces. But what I have right now is I'm going to have like 1.2 or 1.3 pounds, so that'll come out to probably 9 or 10 ounces for each of the meals. And then I have like a little tiny mason jar glass. It's about anywhere from like 3/4 to 1 cup of chicken stock that I'll pour over top of it. And then for the vegetable, which I don't even know that Stan Efferding normally does or what I have prepped now is I bought some carrots and 3 bell peppers on Friday, and I still have a little bit of it left. And I basically chopped them both up, and I'll take a handful or 2 of both of those things. I'll include a picture of the Monster Mash that I've made in this so that you can see it. But that's a typical dinner for me. I normally pack that to work, and I'll heat it up and eat it on my break. On my days off of work, or sometimes in general, if my girlfriend and I meal prep together, the meal will look a little bit differently. But typically, it's just going to be, ground beef is what I like to cook because it's quick, and it doesn't really require a whole lot of skill. If my girlfriend and I meal prep, or if I eat at home, it's gonna just be pretty similar. Maybe instead of rice, it'll be sweet potato. Instead of ground beef, it'll be steak or salmon or any different kind of fish, occasionally chicken, and then a vegetable. Broccoli, green beans, those are typically that. Cauliflower is a close third. Usually it's green beans, but if I'm meal prepping for myself, then it's going to be the Monster Mash. Super easy to make. You don't have to do the proportions I do. It's insane portion sizes. It fills up a big ass freaking Tupperware. It takes me almost a half hour to eat the whole damn thing, and I'm a pretty fast eater. So, once you're getting to the bottom of the Tupperware, you don't really feel like chewing anymore, but doing it anyway. So I'll throw a picture of that in there, but that is a typical dinner for me. All right, final meal of the day here. This is a smoothie I make. It's spinach blended up with Greek yogurt, 2% fat, and orange juice. I got this from Sam Sheether. So again, not my recipe. Normally I have a piece of raw garlic and then chase it with a bit of the smoothie. Raw garlic's good to have before bed. And then I also take my nighttime supplements. So it's like, I think 200 milligrams of magnesium glycinate and 3 milligrams of melatonin. I use about a third of this tub. I just opened it. So, I think that's like 1 2/3 of the servings. You can see the facts there. So it's like 20-ish grams of protein. Not very much fat. And so if you add up everything I've eaten in this video, I think it comes out to like about 200 grams of protein, which is fine for my body weight. Sometimes I'll also have a couple glasses of chocolate milk throughout the day. So you add that in there, now you're, 210, 220, maybe even more, depending on how much ground beef I might have one day. So I don't know, probably a fair amount of protein.